What's up, everybody? Welcome back to your favorite wrestling podcast. It is the Monday Night Wave, baby. And we back. It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you. What a dope beat. Never mind. Y'all get the point. I go by Jay, a.k.a. the Lonely One, a.k.a. the Pod Breaker, Pod and Reed, Pod Will Jacob Freeman, because I pod better than you know it. Misrespect the Jumpers back in the building. We got a lot lined up today. We got some Raw coverage, some SmackDown coverage. AEW had Grand Slam yesterday. We can talk about a lot that happened there as well. But before we get into all that, you know what time it is. We got to pass it off to the man, the one, the only, the Quattro, Mr. Moneybags himself. Please, will you take it away from here?
He is a wild card. He is the king of gorgeous. He is Mr. Sexy Ass Lottery. And that's not just me saying it. Everybody's saying it. His name is 4 letters, 1 word. We're brothers, we're happy, and we're singing, and we're colored. Hero. Give me a high five, Hero, baby. And I am he, and I'm glad to be back. And happy Black History Month to the gang and all around the world.
Yeah.
And it's your boy, the third Mike. That's right, it's DT, the OTC of the Monday Night Wave podcast. The clairvoyant one, the Ghost Rider, the WWE writing room. That's right, the Quentin Miller of all of this shit. And let's do it.
All right, let's get into it. Not a lot of news, but we got some good talking points. Most of them bullshit, but you know, it is what it is. First, let's start off, you know, as we're celebrating Black History Month, you know, we're celebrating all the great black talent in wrestling. I guess, off the top, 3 favorite black wrestlers.
Okay, you just sprung this one up on us. We had time.
I know. Surprise.
Damn. All right. I'm gonna let Hero go first.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go Booker T.
Okay.
Can the New Day be 1 pick?
New Day will be 1 pick. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I'll get the New Day. And are we gonna get penalized for not having The Rock?
He was gonna be in mine, but I had some side comments.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go Jacqueline. I think she was a empire for black women's wrestling, and I don't think we without her, I don't think we get a Bianca Belair. So,
yeah.
See, if I knew you was gonna be all PC, then I should have went first.
Okay. DT.
Hey man, fuck all that old shit. We rocking with the new ones. No,
the new one.
Growing up, man, even though he, like I said, he wishy washy. He pick and choose. The Rock, first person I ever seen on TV like that ever, that I can remember as a kid. The Rock for sure. That's tough. Damn, it's only got to be 3. I got to do Booker T. Booker T has to be in there.
Okay.
Booker T has to be in there.
he said nigga on TV, man. You gotta be in there.
Hulk Hogan, I'm coming for you now.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. That's crazy.
He has talked about that moment and how embarrassed he was and how sad he was that happened, and he vowed for that to never happen again. Only for 10 years later for Vince McMahon to be walking down the hall with a do-rag.
Right.
I'll leave it at that. Let me see. Definitely Booker T. There's no way Booker T he can't be in that conversation. Damn. You know what? I'm gonna show Farouk some love.
That is a good one. Ron Simmons.
That's a good choice.
Ron Simmons,
yeah.
Absolutely.
He's
like probably the greatest spine buster of all time. Even watching in real life, you could see the screen turn red after he hit that motherfucker. So, that'd be my 3.
Yeah, that's tough because I'm sitting here trying to think of like just different generations of like wrestling, and of course you guys name like the ones there. You know, the Ron Simmons, Rocks, of course, Booker for sure. And I'm thinking about like who made a crazy impact when I seen them. Kof.
Yeah,
I think like even because we include him in New Day, I think Kof's single career kind of gets a little overshadowed prior to New Day, but Kof was Javon Evans, like
the first Boston Jamaican.
I'm gonna go Kof. I feel like I gotta throw Bob in there. I think Bobby like also has longevity in his career. Like you don't realize Bobby been around since like 05, 06, bro. Like
Bobby.
Like
I want the blood.
Bobby was back there with the no eyebrows and the headband. Like Bobby has been around for a long time. And I think the obvious one for me is gonna be Monet. Like that's probably my favorite like women's superstar of all time, let alone like black women's superstar. So I'm trying to think, was there anybody else that I would put in that space?
Off the air, didn't you mention Raheem being one of your tops?
You know, it was kind of funny that you mentioned this tag because that's where I was transitioning to. You beat me to the punch, you motherfucker.
Yeah, we're a tag team for a reason.
This is true. You knew. You had the hot tag coming. He knew. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. It's Black History Month, and we wouldn't be Black History Month in WWE without, a crazy fucking, first non-acknowledgement, but then also having your world champion go out on live TV and say, yeah, I see they got some kind of dick swinging contest over there on Raw between Roman and Punk. But you know what?
You know why?
They don't call me Raheem for nothing. And I was like, nigga, what? Why? Why would you say that? Like, and DC, this nigga's so funny. He sent the text like, I think Cody just did a BBC joke on live TV.
I was shocked, bro.
And I hit him back, and I was like, in what context does that work? And then I seen it, nigga. And I was like, yeah, he's tripping, bro. And like they let that air, and now you got people in the comments talking about, well, what does a Raheem mean? Who's Raheem? The niggas sound like fucking Drax. What is Raheem? Like,
where is Gamora? Who is Gamora? Why is Gamora?
Why is Raheem? And I'm like, he didn't just say that. And then it also gets like, pumped up by, I wanted to say not all black fans, but some black fans really fuck with it. Like there was a lot of people that was like, it's cool, it's a cookout, and then threw up that dumbass Martin Luther King fucking picture. I hate that shit. And now it's okay, Raheem's at the cookout. And it's like, bro, if you don't get the fuck out of here. And then to tag on to that, Oba does his interview with I forgot like O'Shea's podcast. But he says the context was Brock hasn't beat all black people. He didn't beat Raheem. And so now you have it even more like solidified by WWE talent too. And I'm like, we can't do this, bro. The same reason why I hate Raheem is the same reason I hate like Americano shit. It's like we don't need to do that. But getting back to the point, how do we feel about Raheem? How do we feel about the promo? What is y'all like initial thoughts? How do y'all feel about it?
Here's the truth for me. Like, it better remain tongue in cheek, because then you start doing like it could go to a weird place. That's not just a in-ring gimmick. So it's one thing if you're doing an in-ring gimmick, and we all know who's under those luchador masks, and we all know at some point they're gonna get unmasked, and it'll continue to go from there. Like we know those things, right. Even though we on here and we're joking and all that shit. Like we know, but
I don't know a single thing you're talking about.
Of course, yes, keep the bit alive, sure. But for this specific segment, keep it tongue in cheek. Move along. Just move along. God,
you don't know Raheem merch?
No.
That would be my line as well.
They had
That would be my luck.
he had a tattoo on the shirt in the Pan African colors, and then a kufi hat on top of it. Bro, I'd be hot.
The Pan African Nightmare. Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Damn. See, when you say it like that,
see where his mind is going. See where.
Because I want to wear American Nightmare merch, but it all looks so manga. Now, if you put the Kufi colors on there, I might cop.
Oh, that's so funny, bro.
Instead of the skull mask, he started having the Kufis.
Nigga,
yeah,
that's fucking funny.
Yeah. But yeah, my take on it is I hope it stays tongue in cheek as well. I'm not surprised that this eventually happened, because even when he was in AEW, like, it's been one of those things where he's one of the white people that black people love. He's invited to the cookouts and whatnot, and he's always been in memes. You brought up the MLK one, like, he's been in Kufi. He's had memes where he was wearing a Kufi. So honestly, I'm surprised it took this long to make that kind of joke. But let's just hopefully that joke stays on that particular episode, and we don't have to have any more. We don't. That does not need to be a bit.
It doesn't need to be a bit, and even in like the aspect of like just how weird it is, because like it's hypersexualization once again, and it's also coming from like respectfully also coming from the company where Vince was also hypersexualizing black men. It's like we don't really need those two to go together at all. Like, let's keep that where it's at. I understand the bit. People have fun with it. Rah, rah. Let that shit go. Because that shit's just weird, bro. Yeah. I don't know, man.
I have a feeling Truth is going to, like, call him Raheem on the next episode or some shit, though. Yeah.
What's your name, Raheem?
Hey, Raheem, dog. Hey, you coming to the cookout, dog?
That's so crazy, bro.
Hey,
I was so...
weapon time.
I wish you
Cody's
could see
brother?
my face. That nigga sent me a text that he did a BBC joke. I looked at my phone like, what? Like, because like, nigga, I'm at work. So you at work, you in work mode. I'm like, what is he talking about? How does this even correlate here? Yeah.
See, my innocent brain, I was like, what? He's talking about planet Earth? What you made it David Ant? My innocent childlike brain. That was the first.
That's a fucking lie.
Sticking in like the realm, I have a topic I want to go to, but I don't feel like it's correct to go after the Raheem conversation.
Are blacks allowed to vote?
More, I was going to jump into like Biggie retirement into after Raheem, but that just seems a little crazy. So we'll bring that on the back end here. Right. This week we also saw just not necessarily backlash, but a lot of media coverage on the Las Vegas AEW show with the Ice Chance. And if you have been listening to our podcast long enough, you know where we stand on that. We're very vocal with that. So I guess like the first question is,
wait,
when it happened.
Hold on 1 second. Fuck Ice, just in case if no one is. Just in case if you're not aware.
If you're not aware. When it happened, initial thoughts, and then aftermath, initial thoughts. Like, because there's a lot of shit that was being, like, spun around afterwards as well. Mm-hmm. So, when it happened and you saw the clip, what did you guys think?
Honestly, there was a part of me. First of all, I thought it was dope. I'm going to just keep it a buck. I thought it was dope. I thought the way that MJF reacted to it was funny as hell too. I think that shit really caught him off guard because he was like, "Whoa, oh, okay, yeah." But then also like, so two shows in a row now it's happened because it happened at the start of the match again. So that's good. I'm hoping that another wrestling crowd can pick that up and be just as loud and boisterous as well. I'm sure they will in a particular Northwest city that's coming up on their run, but yeah, that would be interesting to see what they do if they try to bleep that out, all of it.
Yeah. H.
I was rocking with it. I thought it was it kind of came out of nowhere, but also at the same time it didn't, because Brody has Abolish Ice merch, which he's worn on the show. I think all three of us own a shirt of Brody's, and so yeah, that wasn't surprising to me. The backlash was also not surprising because obviously there's a there's a certain there's different section. Like if you look at the fans, wrestling fans, as a pie chart, there's obviously going to be certain sections that are quote unquote woke, and there's going to be certain sections that are still like, wrestling America, blah blah blah. So seeing it like reach CNN was
Crazy.
cool and crazy, and then seeing the reactions of like just the people upset about it because it's anti-America and whatnot, and they're getting these criminals off the streets. It was, it was just another day. I feel like on the internet, but
Yeah,
overall, I thought it was cool,
yeah.
and the fact that it went to another continent and slash country, I think is proof of how over Brody is, and how the world feels about the current America's United States regime.
I found that it was so crazy because in that moment, like when you think about wrestling chants, right? The "you sucks," the "ole oles." Like, never has there been a chant that got over like that had nothing to do with the heel in the match, right? It wasn't like they were saying "fuck Ice" like MJF was pro Ice. That was not the case at all. It was just it was more so like we fuck with Brody and we're gonna let this off. And I'm like, oh shit, which is also why it probably caught him off guard because like they're not chanting at me, they're chanting for him, and it's like, oh, this is bigger than what I thought it was. Even I like the way that they handled that because afterwards, and it was everywhere. You saw Brody and MJF in those comments like, hey, Grand Slam is on XYZ, check us out here. Like they went full into like promotion and like promotion mode. Like that's how you knew it was a big moment for them. The backlash of like whether or not Brody was pulled from the show, whether or not WBD is gonna like that, whether they're gonna mute the chants and whatnot, is that like if they mute the chants, you're just gonna keep doing it in the next show. You just make something stronger. You can't put a fire on it. If you put water on it, it's just gonna be louder in the next place. We know AEW goes to LA next month. We know I think they have a Minnesota show also coming up. So like if you thought this was like the end of it, I just be ready.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully Brody is on those shows because I mean, if Brody is not on the show, I feel like the chant might not happen, and then that's where you get into the conspiracy theories, WBD holding them back or whatnot. But yeah, no, I mean, even if it's in a background segment, I would have him, rock his shirt. But also, it's also a double-edged sword, and I do see some people. I've seen some people talking about it. And it's like, do you want to be known as the quote unquote woke company? Because that's all these people, like if Paramount does buy WBD, Paramount is owned by Trump's nephew or his son-in-law. So then you have other people that can put their fingers in the pot and tell you what to do with your show and whatnot. So it's like it's one of those things where all press is good press or whatever, or publicity. But sometimes that can be a double edged sword. And it's like, do you want to be known for that? Because then you have expectations that you're gonna have to follow, and then like it only takes a quick Google search to know who TK's dad donated to. Like then you're gonna have to deal with that stuff. So yeah, I don't know.
It is a double edged sword. I had this conversation yesterday to where like you don't want to be labeled as like this is who we are. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but at the same time, when like you are a business and like not everybody's gonna share the same level of like what they feel is important. I think this is different because Ice is like fuck Ice, bro. Like you killing people and murdering people and snatching people off the street. That's a non-negotiable. Like that's not.
It should be.
Like, fuck that.
Yes.
But in the realm of like when this passes, do you still want to be labeled as the liberal company, right? And that's not my business. I don't fucking know, but I do know that it could fuck up some bags for you in the future. But also it could bring you more bags because there's people who are going to rock with you because of that. I would be surprised to see the amount of people that did tune in from the CNN article, from the clips that are online. Like they got a lot of fucking press like this week. Like so we'll see how that translates, but I do agree that like, at some point when this passes, will this affect, business going in like in the future? So we shall see.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. The Brody tees are not AEW licensed tees.
Correct.
And wrestlers are independent contractors, so they can very well say that is his That's his merch. We signed off. Our deals are specific that wrestlers have their independent contractors. They can do their own T-shirts. That's all him, etc. So they can separate in that form. You can't tell an arena of people what to not chant.
True.
You can try to mute it. You can try to black the screen out. But that's what social media is for. People have phones. They record it. They post it. So like, it's not the same as this. The ability to censor is not the same as it was back when the only form of medium was watching what you saw on your TV.
Right.
So you can't tell an arena of 5, 10, 15,000 people what they can't say. You just can't. So
you can't do it. Yeah, spinning out of that. Braun Breaker's injury. It looks like he was like a herniated disc, like he popped. Or
and it probably came from him lifting up the damn desk that following Monday, which is why he's not world champion material. Which is why Seth was like, "You need to be here because you're goddamn dumb. You want to bark. You want to be this aggressor. You didn't bend your knees when you lifted. Now what happened?" I'm sorry, I had to get that out.
That shit's crazy.
I know you're not. Because listen,
he can't talk about injuries.
Yeah, he can't. Because I just got into it with somebody talking about Dakota Kai and Seth Rollins. Well, the reason why, it was a whole thing. Both of them niggas is injured all the time. One just been there longer than the other. So Seth can't talk about nobody with injuries. He can't.
I'm not talking about Seth, but and also he's only been injured the last couple of years. He had a whole whatever. That's nitty gritty, but I think it came from him lifting the desk, which is a stupid self-inflicted injury, unfortunately.
Yeah. And he's gonna be out some time. Like they said, he's gonna be out a little bit. He might be back before Mania or during Mania or something like that. But as of right now, like he had surgery on it.
Yeah, and I don't think he needs to be a heel anyway.
No, he shouldn't.
I think this is good for him. Honestly, I really do. I think it is. Like, go away. He got to lay down because he got to lay down for like 6 months. Pop up at fucking SummerSlam.
That's crazy.
And just get the spearing. Seth is gonna be back in a month and a half, probably right after Mania.
Oh, this is a good segue because I'm like, what are we doing about this masked man shit?
They got to figure it out now.
Yeah.
Because now
apparently
you have to pull some trigger or lever because you have now lost 2 pieces of the vision to injuries. So, and to do this thing where all of a sudden you make Bronson Reed the face and the heavy is not going to make as much sense. Not for long term. Short term, sure. So they either need to Theory needs to stop taking all the pins, and he need to start doing some mastermindy shit, and they can lean into the Hero's theory of him being a plant, or maybe they pull a lever on almost said Jake Paul. What's his name? Logan Paul.
Logan.
Yeah, because you got to do something now, because you were banking on the Vision carrying Raw, and then Seth got hurt, so you had to do the turn, and then 4 months later, Braun Breaker got hurt, so now like we gotta pivot again.
Yeah. And even when like they unveiled it, and Braun gets stepped on at Rumble, it's like I think the Masked Man came out and did one more too, like before
he did. Yeah, he
well.
attacked Theory this last week.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, does this still work? Like, did it? I don't feel like it worked the first time when Theory unveiled himself. Why is now we have somebody else in the mask attacking Theory in the same trope that he came back in? Like, I'm already disconnected. I feel like it's too soon to do the same spot. Like, like the first one didn't work. Why would I care about the second one? And if it is Seth, right? Mm-hmm. Like, wouldn't the pop be better if he just did it himself, or does it like?
Yes.
Does the reveal of the mask and Seth Rollins, is that going to draw like the attention even more?
I think, and I don't know who you would pick for this, but what I would do is have somebody come back, and then all of a sudden you don't see the hoodie. You don't see the hoodie person anymore. There's no more attacks. and I know that sounds dull, but it's something different. Why, like, it's gonna take 3-4 weeks for people to notice that a motherfucker with a hoodie hasn't popped up, and it's like, oh, it's this person, and then it's like there's ways that you can tell the story to bring heat back to that, because right now we've seen a black hoodie on every show for the last 4 years. It seems like
it happened at Survivor Series, so we were what, nigga?
Yeah, the first one,
in?
the first one was Survivor Series, which was Theory, and I think the story that they're trying to tell, and I don't think they're doing it very well, is that like so Theory was the first Masked Man because he attacked Punk at Survivor Series, and the Vision didn't know about it, and then the Vision accepted him, but now there's another Masked Man attacking the Vision, so it's like if it's not Theory who was the first Masked Man who did it to impress us, then who is this other person attacking us? And Heyman automatically assumes it's Seth. But I agree with you. If it is Seth, you get a bigger pop with the music and showing your face and wearing the normal drip that you would normally wear. So, yeah, I think they should go to a DT route to where... I mean, I don't know. Like honestly, they can combine both my theory and DT's theory, where it can still be a plant for Seth, but like, who is it going to like? Because the reveal for Theory was underwhelming because it was Theory. Mm-hmm. No disrespect to Theory, but it's like we all knew kinda, and also it was like, it's Theory, okay? Like he's only been gone for like 8 months and no one cares. So. If it's Grayson Waller, guess what? It's going to be the same fucking reaction. No one's going to care. So it needs to. If we do get a reveal and it's not Seth, it needs to be someone that's going to be like give us a reaction, something to pop YouTube.
Like, who is on the roster that will allow that level of pop?
It would have to be called
body, like the. Like
I'm looking right now. They have no one else to call us.
Yeah, like
Ethan is like the only.
That Ethan is not gonna get that pop. Ricky Saints is not gonna get that pop. If you put Royce Keys out there, he's gonna be too damn buff, and then people gonna know like why the fuck is he even doing that? You can't do Tony D'Angelo because he just got a new character, and they need somebody over there. You're not gonna do Joe Hendry. Because the fans are not going to react the way that you want them to react to
that. Shit's funny as fuck. If it's Joe Hendry, he take off the mask and they zoom in. Oh, I'm fucking roll, nigga.
That actually might get
but and like I'm going through the roster like right now.
It's like I don't think you have anybody healthy or injured that can come back that would be like, oh my god, this was well worth it, right? I think the biggest person is Seth, and that would also be crazy fucking obvious, right? Yeah. I don't know, man. Like
the other option is that it's Logan or someone that Logan is hiring because he wants to be the top dog in the division, so he's slowly trying to get rid of the Breakers and the other.
You make him a baby face? You would make Logan like a baby face?
No, you make him a heel.
But
because he's secretly betraying.
The thing is, he battle the Vision by himself. He's not capable of doing that.
You don't want to see none of Logan's buddies. I don't want to see none of Logan's buddies in there either. I don't want to see. I don't want to see them niggas. I don't. We already saw.
That's tough. I really don't know, man. I have no idea what they're gonna do or how they're gonna get out of that. This might be a clear like pivot. I wouldn't if you dropped it. I'd be okay with that too, just because people have got injured. Instead of trying to force it to work, but we'll see. I'm
still going through the roster right now.
I was like, you didn't produce one name.
No, I'm
not a soul. Getting to like our last bit of news here. We want to like send a huge shout out to Big E in his career, right? The Big E came out this week and kind of soft launched his retirement. I don't think that we saw it coming or anything like that. We put out a tweet that, he had an incredible, amount of years. I think he says 39. And, it's just time to, just hang it up. And I think the ones who kind of were waiting for it kind of knew that this was going to be the case. We've been like, oh, my God, Big E's going to come back. He did that bit with Kof and Woods and got them over. And we thought he was going to come back, and he still didn't come back. So I think eventually you kind of knew that, he might be done for good. And rightfully so. Man took a neck injury. There's nothing to play with. He then still has a great job doing what he loves, which is still talking about wrestling, traveling with everybody. He's still in the mix of everything, not doing as much wear and tear on your body. I'm completely okay with anybody saying, like, you know what, it put a lot of strain on my body. I think it's cool for me to call it like a career in the ring. What's the how do y'all feel?
Yeah, no, I wasn't really too surprised. It seemed like he was very content with his life, even before the whole New Day heel turn celebration the other year or whatever. It seemed like he was pretty content. He just recently got engaged too. Like, like the way he was dressing, like the way he was moving, it seemed like he was content. And so I'm not necessarily surprised. I'm happy. I'm happy for him. We can all, if wishes were fishes, we all be goddamn. I don't actually know the saying. I don't even know why I try to say it. But like, it's his career. I mean, yeah. As far as what his career has been, it was pretty awesome. The door is still technically open. We've seen people return before from similar neck injuries or even worse. But yeah, it seems like he's content. So I think as fans, we should be content. And yeah, he's still around, and now he can do some more acting, which he was already doing also. So yeah, I think it's a cool contract. Yeah.
You brought up fishes. I got something to say after this. That made me think about you when I found out. So I'm gonna come back to that.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Real quick, I think it's an interesting contrast to see like you have the people that are like Big E, where like it's like, you know what, I'm kind of content, and then you have like the edges in Bryan Danielson's who are content also, but they try to get it back because like they just love the game too much. So I would like to just say that, yeah, it was interesting to see the different dynamics of like wrestlers and how they handle those kind of like life career-ending injury types.
Injuries, yeah. What you got, DT?
I think twofold. One, congratulations to Big E, because again, one thing to keep in mind, like we're fans of the product and the wrestlers, but he still has his health. He's still walking.
Yep.
He's self-sufficient. He can do all these things. And then secondarily, like, there's not much you can say that Big E hasn't done. So it's not like he's leaving and didn't get an opportunity to be world champion, be a tag champion, be on the show weekly,
win Money in the Bank.
So like he's been able to do all these things. So it's not like he's leaving the game empty-handed, or he didn't get a chance to see what could have been, because he knows what could have been, because he did everything he could do. So
is he Grand Slam champion, or is he one shot of Grand Slam?
He's one shot. He hasn't won the U.S. title, but he's a Triple Crown, longest tag team, former world champion.
So yeah, like he can't say, oh, if I would have got a push, or if I would have did this, or you were able to do everything that anybody who has wrestled wanted to do, damn near. So, shout out to Big E for that. Congrats to him. And I think, to some people, it's just not worth it, bro. Like, it's not. He didn't expect that injury to happen on that move. That's probably a routine back bump he takes all the time.
Right.
And it's like, for some people, like you said, an Edge or whomever, like, it's like, I got to get back. And for others, it's like, bro, look how far I've come. Like, look how far I've come. I'm still getting paid. I'm still with the company I love. He's gonna be a great ambassador for WWE forever. He'll always be someone that can speak to making the transition from college football to superstar. Like he's eloquent when he speaks. Like he got somebody that he loved that love him. Like
I couldn't think of anybody better to be like the ambassador for the NILs.
Yeah,
I think like Big E is like probably the pinnacle of like the success story, because like you wasn't looking for it. You didn't have any family that was into the business. Like this was just you and Jim Ross. Like, hey, or the coach at Iowa saying, I got talking to Jim Ross and I got somebody who's interested. Like that's just such a happenstance kind of thing. And I think he would be the perfect person to go to kind of like talk to college kids. Like, yo, I wasn't looking for it either, but it helped me travel the world. Yep. Like, Big E is going to be thoroughly missed on screen. I told y'all before, like, New Day was the only reason I came back. and Big E, like watching his character and how like comedically how funny he is, like the antics, bro, the pancake out the singlet and throwing them at people, like that's crazy, bro. Like the splits, like insane. The numerous like Thanksgiving moment, right? When they were dressed up as the Brood, and you got them dressed like black vampires. Like, there's just so many great fucking moments from New Day, and you always think about, yep, Big E was right there doing the craziest shit with them. Like, like, yeah, bro. Big E and New Day in general, just such a those are great moments. If somebody put out like a 4-hour video of New Day like compilation, like just funny moments, send it my way, because it's just like they are great, bro. And once again, Big E is a huge part of that.
Before you transition, I just want to hop back and ask a question.
Yeah.
And throw this out there, because you said, how do we pivot? Who's that person? What if it's Finn Balor? Can it be Finn Balor? Could it be Finn Balor? Now, your first thought is he's going from one faction to another faction. This doesn't mean that he has to be a part of the Vision. He's been talking about he been feeling disrespected, put it at the back of the card. Nobody's paying him attention. What better way to start singling or taking out single-handedly the up-and-coming faction?
I mean, it's possible. I think there's a better chance of it being LA Knight than it being Finn Balor.
And I was gonna say the same thing. Like, it would make more sense for LA Knight to do that.
But that motherfucker too buff for that.
Yeah,
we would know instantly.
And if you did do it with Finn, it ultimately has to end in a match. It's like, well, who does he have the match with? Like with Logan Paul, with Braun Breaker, like, and if so, do we think Braun Breaker loses to Finn?
Well, that's the thing. It depends. What are they like? Are they trying to really push Finn Balor? And
we'll find out at Elimination Chamber, because I think and we'll talk about it on the show, but like, if we're doing this again, what's going to be the difference?
He's still going to lose. Roman probably going to pop up or something.
So, and we'll get to that. But to answer your question here, like, it would have to be on some I'm a lone assassin shit. Yeah. I'm just taking y'all out because I don't like y'all. And I'm going to make sure that y'all stay down because y'all been ruining Raw for XYZ. But I don't know. It would have to be some anti-hero Wolverine shit.
Which would be cool, but then why are you doing the curb stomp? Like, just stomp on a nigga's chest like you normally would.
Yeah, because if I did the coup de grace, you would know it. Like, you would.
It doesn't have to be the coup de grace. Just stomp on a nigga's chest. He can be from the ground. You ain't got to do a coup de grace.
There's only
just stomp on his chest. Yeah. Okay. Stomp on his chest. Hey, bro.
Yeah,
that's it.
Because if it has nothing, like let's imagine it has nothing to do with Seth. If I'm Seth, nigga, why are you using my move? I'm coming after that person. I'm coming after that person too.
You got everybody on my ass because they think it's me. It was funny. I saw some
doing NFL stuff.
Right, and doing a really good job at that too. I saw some shit online where people were like, new fans have been watching and didn't realize that like Judgment Day started with Edge, and I forgot that Edge was a part of Judgment Day. I was like, oh shit, you right. Like, and it connects the dots because the original theme song was it Alter Bridge and whatnot. So like, I was like, fuck, Edge was. Like,
they started off spooky for a second. For 2 weeks they had powers, and then they was like, yeah, that's not working. That's not working. We got to kick this old nigga out, and they did. And then, and then, then they adopted a little Latino boy. And then they adopted Irish boy. It's like every season you gotta. They jumped the shark. You gotta do something different.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just need a talking pet next.
Fuck. Now my transition here is about fishes and pets and whatnot. And I thought about Hero because I found this out. I was watching someone like on Instagram, and they were talking about how, killer whales, and like how like these whales are just dangerous. And I was like, where have I heard this shit before? Or I heard like Hero talks about the hippopotamuses. And he's like, these motherfuckers is dangerous. And I sat there and I was like, wait, whales be out there killing people? Like I didn't know orcas were like this dangerous apex predator of the water. So I go on this deep dive, right? Yes. And I realized that like, they hunt based on how they were raised. Whatever's born into the fold. If you were born into a group that hunt moose, we are trained to hunt moose. If the next little group over here is born to hunt sharks, we are trained to hunt sharks. These motherfuckers are so fucking intelligent, bro. I was scared. I'm like, so you're telling me the first time they catch a human lacking and breed, we the ones that can take out humans? Crazy work, bro. Absolutely nuts. I was like, Free Willy, that nigga was in jail.
Yes.
He needed to be captive.
Yes, absolutely. No, that is fair.
The orcas are the YNs of the ocean. I didn't realize this.
They play with their food. Like if you watch them, if you watch them hunt, like you watch videos of them hunting, they play with their food. Every other predator is like they hunt because of they're hungry, or they hunt because it's time to eat, or they're getting feed for their cattle or cow or babies or whatever. When orcas hunt, they be doing that shit for the sport. They do it to teach, and they do it to teach they're like the offspring. Yeah. Nigga, they said they flip sharks over and eat their liver. What you mean? And flip them out the air.
Because we know, hey, nigga, you can't swim on your back. Like, what?
Yeah. But I don't know where. I don't remember what part of the world it's at. But like they'll go to a pier and they'll spit out like fish guts on the pier or whatever, and they'll wait for a dog to eat it, and they'll steal somebody's dog, bro. Like. They're smart as hell and they're diabolical, bro.
Yes. I was like, oh shit. I said, are like orcas one of the smartest mammals in the world? And they were like, yes, they are highly intelligent. They're not even part of like the shark family. They're like off-breed like dolphins. Like they're part of the dolphin family. These motherfuckers are different, bro. I was like, oh yeah, this is what Hero felt like when he's looking at the hippos.
Yeah, but I be getting stoned and watching Planet Earth all the time. Like I be getting to these rabbit holes, no pun intended, about all these animals, and like, yeah, bro. Like when I was a kid, I used to want to go to Australia so bad, and I was like, oh my god, everything can kill you. Like everything is poisonous there. Like no, you niggas
is in SeaWorld riding these motherfuckers.
They kill so many people.
Koalas got syphilis.
Yeah.
They have syphilis, and they be clawing niggas with syphilis. And it's like, wait, what? Apparently they drop down from trees. Yeah, that's what it is. One of them. They got that.
Imagine you in Australia and a koala just touch your lip.
Fuck.
That's so deep. That's fucking comedy, though. Oh, shit. All right. I promise people, we are a wrestling podcast. I swear to you, we are. Let's get into it. Monday Night Raw. I don't know where they're at this week. I usually keep track. But this week, lighter week, but there were some bright moments in here. I want to start off with like the Punk and Balor like promo here. Punk or Balor comes out, demanding, I want a world title shot. Like, I don't care. Like, I whatever needs to happen is going to happen. He bum rushes the ring because it's supposed to be an interview between Punk and Cole. And he's like, I'm tired of being an afterthought. I'm tired of being pushed around. I want the world title at Elimination Chamber. Pierce comes out. I was like, hey, bro, what we doing here? Like, hey, you just had your shot. You had your match. Like, the world title is spoken for. Reigns and Punk just had their moment here. Like, I can't jeopardize having the world champ get injured before Mania. We just can't do this. Punk says, you know what? I'm a champion. I deserve a say in this. I want to fight him. Because if I don't fight him, I'm going to chase him around this arena. And it's going to happen either way. So end up getting an Elimination Chamber match between Finn and Punk. And the part that he was talking about is that, I think Finn said, you gave me home field or home court advantage. And now, like, we get to go back to your place, and I can, do what you did to me in front of my people. Now, Finn, I don't think it's gonna happen. I would like it to happen. It would be great to see him get the championship and kind of like blow up WrestleMania plans, like kayfabe wise. But it's not gonna happen. There's too much money in Vegas for a World Championship. You didn't already advertise, you know.
You mean there ain't enough money? They put their 2 marquee stars out, and now they got to do discounts.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
And I did look at those ticket prices. I think I said to the group chat, like, prices were cool, but you up there in the upper room, like you up there like high. I think it was like $298, which is like, okay, $300 for, you know, WrestleMania ticket. All right. I went to the seating chart. And I was like, you up there.
Better view from the couch.
1,000%. Especially at Mania was gonna be all them people.
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth it to like. I'm buying the ticket just so I can be in the 400s.
I'm good.
Niggas got a monocle looking at the ring. Like, nah. Like a telescope. Like, nah. Anywho, getting back to the point here. How'd y'all feel about the promo? What do you think about Finn versus Punk 2? Would y'all like to see a change here? Would y'all like to keep it regular? What's the thoughts?
Man, I love Finn. I would love for him to win, but I think it would be a bad idea for them to implement another triple threat between Roman and Punk. Like, I don't know, and I love Finn again. I don't know if he has that same kind of motion to where, like, when they added Daniel Bryan to the Edge and Roman match, or when they added Daniel Bryan to the Batista and was it Randy Orton or whatever. Yeah. So, like, if this is more to change his character, like, honestly, we need to figure out what was going on with the IC title. Like, maybe, if we can finally break up Judgment Day, have him dethrone Dom or something, like, because, like, I do want him to have a world title shot. I want him to have a world championship run. He deserves a world championship run, in my opinion. I just don't know if it's going to happen before Mania or anytime after Mania, based on again, like a Roman, a Punk, a returning Seth, whatever they're gonna do with a Braun, whatever, etc. So, I don't know.
Here's the thing. For me, you're not gonna. They kind of fucked this up just slightly. Because Roman could have won, should have won the Rumble. Check. Roman could have disappeared for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We wouldn't have missed him because we already know what type of time it is. And in that 2 to 3 weeks, you build out the Punk and the Finn feud. Because you had that spectacular promo that we didn't get a chance to cover because it was on an off week, nobody wants to see Finn versus Roman. So from that standpoint, we already know Finn is not winning at Elimination Chamber. Thus, this being a title shot, much to do about nothing. Now, had they had the opportunity to build this feud out, then there could have been some, oh shit, Finn might win. That would get people drawn in. Like, there's a chance that Finn might win. There's no shot that Finn wins. And we're going into a WrestleMania Vegas that they're trying to make bigger than the last one, and it's Roman versus Finn, because then we know goddamn well that Finn is not beating Roman Reigns. At least with Punk and Roman, there's a chance that Punk might win. And if Roman does get that World Heavyweight belt, Finn is never getting that belt. Not in a clean 1v1. It's not happening.
Yeah, I feel like when we talk about, like, you know, people's windows closing for that belt or for a title shot, Finn's been in that cycle, right? You're looking at, like, you know, the Sammys. We're looking at Finn, like, just what do we do, right? Mm-hmm. At this point, Finn has a better shot taking out Drew than taking out, like, you know, Punk or Roman. And unfortunately, we can't get him over to that side and have him do that. And I think that Finn versus Drew would be a fucking banger fucking match. Yeah, man, I would like to see it, but I do agree that it's too close to, like, Mania. Your marquee draw is Punk versus Roman. There's a lot of money going into Punk versus Roman. We can't just switch that up. Mm-hmm. Sorry. This is what it is. That might be, at night 2, That has to be night 2.
That would be Sunday's 8:00 main event.
Yeah, like
last go home match. Yep.
Nah, bro. If anything's set in stone, that's the one that's set in stone. It is night 2, Punk versus Roman. Yeah, it sucks. It also, like you had mentioned, the IC belt, and it just sucks that, like, I was thinking about this the other day. Like, Dom has had that belt for a while.
Yeah,
and
doesn't defend it often.
Not at all. And I was thinking that for me, I was thinking, man, at what point does Pierce says he's defending that title, and then like you would have had like an Oba come in and like win the IC belt? Like that would have been my initial like push for Oba. Would have been like, Dom, you ain't been wrestling nobody. I have a challenger for you tonight. And then we pop off and it's Oba getting the IC belt just because Dom doesn't need it. Like Dom already over his shit. Like.
So yes, and I wanted to talk about this last episode. I think that the move would be to put Oba on SmackDown, and he can hold the U.S. title and break that record. I think it's only like 400 days or 500 days or something. So he can raise the prestige of that belt. I wouldn't. To me, if you put the IC on him, he has to beat Gunther's record, and Gunther's record was 666 some odd days or something.
Yeah,
which is crazy. Happening. So, and to me, that stalls out the rest of the Raw roster, where you can still have the open challenges and do all that shit for the U.S. title, but he can hold that belt, and you can still build Oba and push him the same way you push Gunther.
All right. Kind of spinning out of like the Punk and Balor. Like I said, we're always a little interesting. We'll talk about a little bit here of, Nat's new change. I love her entrance music. Nat's new theme is fire. Her new look is fire. Like, everything about this current image of Natty Neidhart, I'm rocking with. And if you go back a couple episodes, you would have heard us talking about the low-key legend was the one that we wanted to see on TV, right? Because that just looks like a way better character. Nat's, of course, beefing with Maxine for turning on her, or Nat's the heel against the Maxine when she turned on Maxine. But this particular spot was cool. Match doesn't, I think it ends like a DQ. She attacks the ref, and then she puts a sharpshooter on the table, right? And I was like, oh, this is fire. I like this. In comes AJ Lee, and Nat's running from AJ Lee. And I realized I don't like that. Because you not threatening enough to be like for me to run.
And like, you only wrestled one time in the last 10 years.
Yeah, it's the legacy though that's threatening. It's the legacy. It's not the recent work rate. It's this is a legend that's coming out to stop me. I don't know. I'm trying, guys. I'm looking. Yeah. My take with that is that eventually she's going to have to lose. And how's her character going to handle that? Because her problem has never been her in-ring ability.
For the past 8 years.
Yeah, but this new character, this new character, my nigga.
Oh, triple threat. Somebody else take the pin.
Right, but I mean, like her problem has always been connecting with the fans, mostly because of her promo stuff. It's never been in-ring stuff. So that's what I'm worried about with her bringing this character. Granted, like I was on board with bringing a character, but they're like I'm kind of conflicted now because it's like you're gonna want to protect this character same way like Finn wants to protect the demon, like same way like there's certain characters people want to protect and so they don't get abused or misused, and it's just like, is your character just going to be beating people's asses? That's cool, but like at some point you might have to go up on the microphone against a Rhea or a Becky, and that ain't gonna end well. At least, like, I don't know.
Still got to do it on both ends. You got to play offense and defense.
Punch him in the mouth. I ain't got time to be talking to you. You want to pick up a microphone? You want to do a promo? We walk in there, you get to talking. No, bow, nigga, punch you in the mouth. Nigga, now say something.
Or you do the Kurt Angle, where like you cut these horrorcore ass like promos with the mouthpiece, and like it's just pure aggression. That way, people are like she's really about like that action. But at the end of the day, you still have to like get up there and talk. Like you got to be.
And then someday you're gonna have to lose.
That's also true.
I think this version of Natty can be a bully. She can lean on the fact that everybody come to her dungeon, and I think she should beat up every mid-card woman that is on that roster. And then someone from the heavyweight division gets tired of it and is like, yo, you walking around like you hot shit and you didn't beat up all the mid-card. What's up? And then that's where you can build her character into whatever that next moment. Yeah. And then if she takes her first loss, then she could crash out and then either be extra crazy and be more deadly and more dangerous, or she reverts back to Natalya at some point and be like, hey, I was tripping. Whatever. But like, there's a way to.
This reminds me of Cena. My bad, y'all. Cena did it. My bad, y'all. I was bugging. I'm a face again.
I was bugging.
Yeah, like, hey. But like that can be her thing, because we all see videos. Be Fab, Michin, Jay, when Jay was first getting ready. Like all these people, they come to Natty's dungeon. They got pictures. You can do that. You can make that part of your character. Like,
what was like a hit list?
Yeah, like
she was kill billing people that came to the dungeon.
Yeah, y'all thought y'all were better than me because I gave y'all access, and y'all walking around here thinking, no, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm really the dojo master or whatever, the dungeon master.
I like that. I wouldn't be opposed to like a Nat going after like everybody who like used her, who she lost to that she shouldn't have lost to, and create like this kind of hit list. That would be kind of dope.
And then somebody who's like a Rhea or whoever who we have not seen in the dungeon is like, nah, bro. Like, you're not just going, you helped them. You're supposed to be a pillar. Like, you're not just finna just be beating up all the mid-card women. Like, we're not doing that.
Yeah. I like that idea. That's great. Take that to the writing room. Give that to Paul.
I'm going to do my thing. I might not get hurt because I'm only the second black face in there, but I'm going to do my thing.
Jesus Christ. Gunther cuts a little promo. It's a little side tangent here. He cuts his promo. And I bring this up because he says something so fucking funny. He's like, his road to WrestleMania should have started when he dragged Bill Goldberg out to the back behind the barn. And I was like, oh, he's tripping, bro.
I told you, bro, he putting old niggas out the pasture.
Wait, drag Bill Goldberg behind the barn is crazy, nigga.
This is the episode when he chokes out Dragon Lee, right? Or was that last week?
Last week.
Okay, because that was crazy too. Yeah, that was that picture of him just hanging off the ropes. That shit is great.
Yeah, Gunther, he's on some nut shit, bro. He's tripping right now. But in this, he's talking about he's going to be in the Elimination Chamber or going to compete for the Elimination Chamber. Is this the time for Gunther to get the WWE Championship? Do we want to see Gunther versus
Drew McIntyre? I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I don't think he's winning.
If it keeps me from seeing Cody, yeah, I'm good. How many times bro get to lose and then chase and then get the belt back? How many times?
I mean, were you saying that about Stone Cold and The Rock when you were a child?
No, because I wasn't
watching.
That is different. I wasn't watching like
How is that different? That's what superstars do. They lose and then they chase the title back.
I was 7 years old, bruh.
And this nigga had a milk carton and beers and everything. We were distracted.
Yeah,
there's nothing to distract me about Cody.
My ability to comprehend what I'm watching is different now. All right.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that's going to be a four-way. I think it's going to be Cody, Drew, Fatu, and Sammy in a four-way. I think that's the route they're going.
Ugh.
So we just gonna say fuck Randy? We just gonna say fuck Randy? Randy can't keep coming up there talking about he gonna get number 15 and then he don't get close.
Randy's gonna be SummerSlam. Randy's probably gonna face Aleister Black at Mania. These are just I'm just watching the show and picking up vibes.
He's right though. He's giving you what the layups are. These are layups. Like you see that Alistair's beefing with Randy. That might make it to either Elimination Chamber. I think Mania, because they're probably gonna do 4 matches for Elimination Chamber, and 2 of them gonna be Elimination Chamber. So like, he's right. He's definitely right, yo.
I'm gonna shut up.
Because I think ideally, I would love to see, if he's on this Legend Killer run, Gunther versus Randy, right? But we already got that, so we don't need to see that again. If we're not going to see it again, then okay, Randy gets the 15, but Randy versus Drew, we've already seen that too. It's like, what do we do?
How many times we got? Never mind.
No, go. This is a free space. Go ahead.
I mean,
Go ahead, brother.
Cody doesn't have to win the belt at Mania, but he's probably going to be in the match, and you should mentally prepare for that.
Listen,
which is probably why they're going to do a multi-man.
Right. This be the. You right. He don't got to win. He just declared himself Raheem, so you know black people don't win.
I mean, we didn't say Brock was in the match.
I got nothing, bro. I got nothing.
Do we have anything we want to get off here about Raw? I didn't want to bring up the Becky and AJ promo. That was just atrocious to me. That was bad. And I get it because Becky's in character, but it was still like well, you weren't getting enough. You wasn't getting anything from the AJ side.
No,
and I just felt like. Ugh.
But yeah, Becky was overacting and AJ was underacting. It was just
very much so.
Yeah.
Well,
very
I mean, Becky's been overacting since she came back as this character, which it's been great. And y'all know how I feel about listening to her talk. But once, like 6 months ago, once I put 2 and 2 together, I was like, oh, she just Trump. Like, I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have a problem with seeing Becky get her ass beat everywhere all the time. Like, you're supposed to want that. She's supposed to be the heel version of her. But, yeah, man, AJ got to do something, dog. AJ got to do something.
Bro, I've been trying to figure out what the trope is, the attraction is, like the draw is. I cannot, for the life of me, figure it out.
She's
like,
just your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler, bro. That's all.
But from where? Is it the wrestling ability? Is it the talking ability? Is it the merch? Like, where is this, like, you are this? I don't get it.
I completely missed it.
She needs to be handing out matches to her disciples. Anybody that stood in line and did a meet and greet, and like she need to do the same thing that Natty is doing, but with opposite, like with no venom. Like just get in there and run with the girls that have been wanting to wrestle you, so you can get some work.
Because when you beat Becky and you get this icy belt, then what?
Then I think they'll do what DT just suggested, is have her work with a bunch of random girls. If that's the disciples. Because she needs to wrestle with Roxanne. I want to see her and Bailey. Again, I missed the train. I don't fully understand the AJ hype because she left right as I came in. But like she is an inspiration to a lot. She's inspiration. Yeah, that's fair.
Like I've watched and I still don't see it.
You know what? It could be, and this is me throwing bail. It could be maybe at that time they didn't see another woman superstar doing anything close to what she was doing. Maybe that's it. I don't know because I wasn't watching at that time. Or it could be her style, her wrestling style, or her wearing Chucks or whatever. Like it could be a multitude of things that just caught the eye of somebody.
Right.
So like
the expressiveness of who you are.
Yeah.
You're a smaller woman. You're in the Chucks. You're like wearing the spider gear. Like you're showing that I can be me, kind of thing.
The punk
maybe
rock,
that's what it is.
The punk rock alternative girl type in that era. Maybe it could be that. Like I said, I don't know. I'm not the person to...
Yeah, I don't know. But you could be onto something. Cool. I was gonna. We don't really need to talk about LA Knight getting that Elimination Chamber spot. I mean, he fought Austin Theory and who was the other person? It was a triple threat. I don't know, but LA Knight's in the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah,
like
I'm a proponent of everybody can't get a title or a title shot, but he needs to be on the short list of people that at least hold the belt for 30 days. Something, give him something. He been hovering around a world championship since he had that little shit with Roman 3 years ago.
And it was over.
Yeah.
Then they interrupted the entrance.
That was the craziest shit we ever seen.
Over. Like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll figure it out. Let's jump into Grand Slam or AEW because it's gonna be like a multitude of like just different things that tie into each other here. AEW had Dynamite this week. They also had Grand Slam yesterday, so we're gonna give you just our reactions to everything here in particular. I think the big one that happened on Dynamite was Stat versus Tekla and the strap match, and that Stat loses the belt. Which I watched the match. did not understand it. Didn't understand why I didn't understand why she lost, but I could also understand the opposite end of why she did.
Yeah.
And I'll just start off with, Stats is a phenomenal wrestler. We know this. There's nothing to doubt about that. I also understand that Tekla has also been working crazy since fucking last summer. Like when she got here, she's been on every fucking radar. I didn't see her losing the belt. I do see why, because it's a lot easier for heels to have the belt and you can book better in the chase and whatnot. But while we're talking about booking, I don't think that Toni particularly booked Stat the best. I think you threw her against Mercedes, you threw her against Toni twice, and you had moments where, like, hey, you are a champion. But there was no particular build for Stat besides throwing her against your biggest dogs. And normally that would work, right? You can throw a Hangman against Kenny Omega, against Mox, and Hangman's still going to be Hangman. The thing that Hangman has that Stat doesn't is a connection to the audience with their character. I don't think particularly Stat's character is the greatest. I think that it's kind of hard to do extraterrestrial like gimmicks and make that get over.
That's the thing. I don't even think she's an alien anymore. Like she doesn't have like, and I think that's like from her clip, like I think that was part of her thing where it's like the women don't get a huge amount of time to really connect with the audience, and the time that they do, they gotta you gotta make what you can make of it. But yeah, like her character, she started off as an alien, then she got injured, then she came back and she dethroned Jade, and she was like a powerhouse. Then they paired her up with Willow. She betrayed Willow, no idea really why, and now she's a good guy. Like, and that's been her whole arc without the filler stuff in it to make us care why all this is happening.
And you hit the nail on the head there, because my next point was going to be there's so many start-stop stories with Stat that you weren't able to connect with. If we don't have a character, at least give me a story to connect with. If I don't have both, and your wrestling ability is great, it's going to make the rest of the championship run look kind of like stale because you don't have like a character. All your champions have character, right? Everybody. Mox has a character. Hangman has a character. Toni has a character. Mercedes has a character. Those is what the fans can grasp onto. And in particular, you have a baby face with no character and you're not booking properly, it's going to look kind of crazy, no matter who she faces. So I will partially blame Toni on booking, and I'll also partially blame, like Stat on what character. How can we get over? What will work here? And normally the first time you do find your women's champions in AEW, the first run is just a test run because they see like what worked and what didn't work. So I do expect her to get it again. I wouldn't be surprised she got it at Revolution in March, but in comparison, when Toni won the belt, she was in her black and red gimmick, lost the belt, and then came back as Timeless. So sometimes you have to have the belt to kind of see what worked and what didn't work and how I can evolve on that. At least that's my particular like thought process with the L here.
Yeah, no, I think that can work. Like you just gave an example of it working. I think it can work, but yeah, she needs something that as fans we can sink our teeth into, other than just like, oh, we love you and we want you to be happy. Because I mean, she has stands, she has fans as well. Like I've always been a fan of Stat. I want the best for you, but also it's like you're not giving us anything to, like, you're not. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to say it's a fumble, but it wasn't a really good reign, especially after beating two heavy hitters. Like, because like you said, she beat Mercedes and she beat Toni. That's like beating Roman and Cody. Like, and if I beat Roman and Cody, then damn it, I would hope you had a plan for me to do something cool to follow that up. And it just didn't seem like there was a good. But it's
also like you beat Roman and Cody. It's like, who's next?
Right. Everybody, every week I'm in the middle of the ring for however long Toni gets us, whether it's 5, 10, 15 minutes, and I'm gonna hold an open challenge. And anybody from ROH, anybody from Collision, anybody, y'all pull up, get your ass beat.
Does that build character?
It at least makes her dominant.
And she was dominant. She was shown to be dominant. It's just once again, it's not, and that wasn't like a direct at you. I was just like, what's the character build here? Even if you are the company that cares about wrestling, like I said, most of them have a character that you can attach to,
or a gimmick, or like because like she dropped the alien stuff. Like with Tekla, she's Spider Lady. Hey, look what she can do with her back. Pause. But yeah, like that's the thing. That didn't mean to come off gooner.
No, I understand what you're saying, but that's the reason why I think that you can put it on Tekla, because you have something. Oh, the Spider Lady, she bends backwards and crawls across the ring backwards and whatnot. Like, she has this poisonous gimmick. She's the leader of the group. She can talk her ass off. Like, you see all the pluses that I can throw this heel in the middle of the ring and have her run away, have her cut promos, like have her cheat to win, like. And there's a lot more that I have creatively to do, because the character allows me to do that. So I understand it. Even I didn't agree with the way that she lost the match, because if you watch the match, it was a DQ help in a non-DQ like match. Like, she had the group come out to like help her beat Stat, and I was like, okay, I guess we don't have to wait till the last moment to do this, but sure.
I haven't seen any, which is why I'm asking this question. And that doesn't mean they don't exist. I can't remember a time I've seen one. Do they do video montages?
They've gotten better this year. I don't know if they did one. Yeah, I'll say sometimes. They've gotten better, but sometimes.
Can you?
They did one for Grand Slam about this match.
Can you take Stat off of TV for a little while? Have her do some sort of what is it? Some self-analyzing, some deep thought, some self-reflection.
Training montage.
And she starts, yeah, something like that. And she starts taking out Decla's group.
I think so. I think that'd be dope. It'd give you something to grab onto. Like, you guys cost me my match, I'm going to take you all out one by one kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good angle to approach it with. Because if you've been listening to the pod, you know that, like, anytime somebody has a group, they're not losing.
Yeah.
The numbers are, they have the numbers. So you're going to have to, exactly. So yeah, we'll see. But I just wanted to get that out because, yeah, she lost. And I understand both perspectives of why go this way and why go that way. What I don't understand is Private Party returns.
You know what's funny? Before you get into this, so I had text Hero, like, I think it was a couple days ago. Actually, I think it was the same day.
It was the same day.
The day they returned. It was the same day. And I said, hey, bro, what happened to Private Party? And then literally after I sent that text, then SRS put some shit out, and then they came back that night. I was like, yeah. I asked him, I said, I feel like it's been a year. How long they been gone?
Yeah, it's been like a year. Like, it was a year. Looking at NXT and options.
Their last match was on January 22nd against the Hurt Syndicate, and then we ain't seen them since until now.
Yeah. Like, I thought, like, because at that time they're looking at contract, they're looking at, you know, where they wanted to go and options and whatnot. We start seeing them in the gym. One was super fucking buffed out, had the Roy gut and everything. Like, you know, there's just like there's just a lot going on here. But they come back, and it's as like these mystery opponents in this triple threat for the number one contendership to face FTR for the belt. It's the Rascals, Bucks, mystery opponent. And they pop out. Cool. Great to see Private Party back. Don't agree with them losing in the return match. Also, don't agree with them losing, and they just goes to the Bucks, and now we're going to do Bucks FTR again in LA. I don't need that. I don't think and I don't need the belts to revolve around the 40-plus talent, right? And at least in the tag division. They're too talented. What I saw in, like, it's maybe a little early, but what I saw from the Rascals, they look good. I like them. They're nice. I see it in, you know, Private Party comes back. They look good. Before fucking Doyle got injured, like, him and Mark look good. Like, there's a lot of different options you can go to besides the Bucks here. We don't have to do that. Shit, you got Jet Speed. They're fucking good. Currently in the trios with a guy chasing the world title, which doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. Yeah, I wish that they didn't return as, like, to lose. If they would have came out and, like, you know, at the end of the match and, like, kind of hit the Bucks or fought the Bucks or whatever, cool. At least, like, you came back, you had some kind of power position. But to come back and be returned this match after a year and then losing, I wasn't rocking with it. That's just how I feel.
Do you think Tony does that so he his booking is considered unpredictable. Like when most people come back, it's like, oh, you feel like, oh, they gotta win, they're gonna win. And he's like, no, they could lose. Like anybody could lose. Like, do you like? I know you don't know him, but I'm saying like from watching how he has managed this show. Like, do you feel like that's his thing? Is like we gonna do unpredictable booking?
No, I feel like
it doesn't come unpredictable if
best
he does it for 6 years. Then it becomes predictable.
right. I think that when you put people in the ring, he books off like, oh, this would be a good match for the audience, and I respect that. But also, no, like you could have put somebody else in there. You could have put the Outrunners, and they would have took the pin. I'd have been cool because like that's their role in that particular position, but not Private Party. Like that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, they cut a promo about wanting to earn their spot and how much hard work they did. 5 years to get the belts and then to lose them, and then they come in and lose. That's like you're. It's counterproductive to their promo.
That's what I'm saying. It makes no sense to me. At some point, I wouldn't be surprised if the tag team division just started jumping the Bucks because like those are the niggas that's in your way. Them and FTR. But then the thing is, like, what's going to happen is that you'll do Bucks, FTR, and then you get Copeland and Christian coming back, and now it still revolves around 40-plus men in the tag team division. When Kenny comes out a week ago and was like, hey, we need to start putting some of these younger guys like on the screen. I think my role here is to like enhance younger talent. At least he said that.
He said that on Wax, or he said that in an interview?
No, I don't know where he had said it. I think it was like it was some kind of interview he had mentioned that he wanted to put the younger talent on. Like his role is slightly changing. He still wants to chase the title, but he also understands that it's time to like, a changing of the guard here. Which is why I think he's fighting Swerve. Is that because typically Kenny should be in the world title picture, but he's fighting Swerve.
So you say he trying to put Swerve over?
Nah, I think like more so.
Well, there was an intertangling between multiple. Yeah, but it was like Andrade, Hangman, Kenny, and Swerve, and then Andrade beat Kenny, and then I think he beat Swerve, but then he loses to Hangman, so that's why Hangman's going to fight MJF at Revolution. It's kind of like they're all beefing because they want that top spot.
Yeah, and it's been good. It's been settled in matches, which I appreciate.
This was Kenny's best promo ever this last week.
This Wednesday? Yeah,
that was his best
was a good
promo ever. Like I was like, okay, it was all right.
Yeah.
I didn't call myself the god of wrestling. They did, man.
You're not lying. Spinning into Grand Slam Australia here.
Fire.
I'm glad you felt that way because I was like, it's cool. That's crazy.
Listen, once you sent me that text, I was like, you're right, bro. and I'm not like, a part of me is being tongue in cheek, but I'm not really being all the way facetious. Like
I know.
I just you gotta accept it. You gotta accept it.
I know.
And
for the audience, do you want to give like a reference to what you could be talking about?
Sure. I'll try to be quick because I like to be long-winded sometimes. Tommaso Ciampa debuted 2 weeks ago, which left Johnny Gargano depressed and sad. This nigga's laying on everything, which is fantastic. I think the E needs a character that is just depressed. He just sad. Won't nothing be right. Can't nothing get right. And now he literally got a DIY it over there. And he should still keep DIY. Anyway, I had some ideas for that. But Tommaso Ciampa debuted. He comes out. He's kicking ass. He wins the TNT Championship. I'm like, cool. That's what's up. Grand opening, grand closing. Lost it right back, and we right back to 10 pounds of bounce that ass, Kung Fu Kenny, whatever that nickname is, and the proto
Mark Briscoe.
Yeah, bro.
Kung Fu Kenny.
And I was upset. I was so upset that I almost texted you in all caps. But then I had to gain my composure. I had to gain my composure. I almost hit Jay in all caps because I'm like, what was the point? And he was like, bro, you can't book AEW with WWE logic. You just gotta watch it. And I was like, you know what? He right. Fuck it. Like, because my thing is, you can't have somebody debut. They the psycho killer. The crowd is pumped.
Kills it.
He
Amazing
putting
debut.
on a fucking banger of a match. And
Entrance is fire.
And fucking stellar. Then he gets the belt, and then he loses the belt, nigga. Sorry. Like
No, but like being real.
What are we doing? Because then it's like I signed a contract for this. I could have just did that shit over there.
Like, and I think I responded back. I was like, he was like, "What? This doesn't make any sense." And I was like, "Yeah, I wouldn't have made him lose either because like he didn't need to lose. The match quality was great. The entrance, the aura he just created the fucking, or he just had a promo where it's talking about Sylvie and all this. I was like, you did a promo for Sylvie and then lost the belt the next week. Like, what the fuck is going on here? And so,
yeah, bro,
I'm with you. I'm with you. 12 days later, you know, and it was a great 12-day run. You fucking had 3 matches, great. But yeah, I didn't understand it,
bro.
I think I also said that, you know, it could have been some petty ass flex, which I think 90% of that probably was
to do. But like, what? Okay, you talk about doing shit for the fans. You talk about wanting shit to pop. Cool. You have another opportunity again to make some shit pop, and it pops. Like, it's heat. She was the only thing motherfuckers was talking about on the internet. The
fire.
Like, the niggas been talking, like, it was the only thing in wrestling that people were talking about. And then you pull the rug out from under people. That's not how you build trust. That's not how you build trust in the fan base. That's not how you build loyalty. Like, you can be loyal just to the fact that you hate the other place, whatever, which is, all this shit's weird. But what I'm saying is, in terms of putting out a good product, see, I told you got me long-winded. I'm over here ranting. I'm a bag back. All I'm saying is this: if you want him to come out and win, you should have just had him and Andrade fight each other in the debut match. That would have been cool. You could have did Mark Briscoe and a Protostar again in Sydney because that's Buddy hometown. He could have won. And then this week coming up, then you could have had Tommaso Ciampa go after.
You know how you could fix this? It's gonna be, and it's one of Hero's favorite matches. You know how you can fix this?
I swear
by successfully doing an eliminator match, right? Had he beat Briscoe and it wasn't for the title, you then could have had Briscoe, fucking Fletcher 7 at Australia, and then afterwards, you have Fletcher versus Ciampa. He didn't have to win that match. He could have been a number 1 contender. It could have been like whoever comes out will get a future shot. Briscoe cashes in on that. He loses. There you go. Having a successful eliminator match might have like eliminated all of this.
The thing is, they can't.
So
they can't do the successful. They can't do the successful eliminator match because they just did it with Brody King. You can't do that twice on one show. They should have just had. They should have just had
the week before.
Yeah, they should have had Game 7 be for a number 1 contender shot or something. Like, instead of it being for the belt, or they just could have had a triple threat ladder, which would have been a little better to me. But we'll get into the ladder.
Yeah, but it's like I agree. Like you look, I agree with everything you said. I think in my response I also said that like they've been promoting the Game 7 since he lost to C2. So then, I think the exact promo from Callis was, "Hey, we're gonna focus on Game 7 and you know get the TNT Championship back." Which
so why even do the? Look, man. This is the same
my thing is it's all about growth. It's like he didn't need to go back to the TNT. It's like Gunther going back to the IC.
He didn't need to. No.
Kyle had the TNT. He had a great run with it. He had some good stellar matches, and now he circled back after the Continental Classic to be exactly back where he was right before the Continental Classic.
Yeah, and shouldn't be there.
He should not be. No.
This is So, like I said, I agree with everything that you were saying. I try to like break it down, and even then breaking it down, like I did the best that I could. Once again, you can't use WWE brand with AEW; it just doesn't work. It's like this is a circle. This is a triangle. These do not go together.
Can we just do logic though? Anyway,
yeah, you can still have logic.
Yeah, I don't know.
Also, by the way, there's a delay. I'm not trying to cut anybody off.
Oh, you
Copy that. Real quick, and then I'm off this. Because I told you there's like 6 people that if they're wrestling, I'm tuning in. Kyle Fletcher is 1. The Babes of Wrath, they're 2. Both of them are 2. Andrade is another one. MJF. And, damn, I just lost the other one. No, actually, that's the 6. I'm pretty sure that's the 6. Those are the ones. Like, if they're on the card and they're wrestling, I'm tuning in. Like, I need to see what they're doing. And that's without promo. That's nothing. Like if I see they have a match, like I gotta see, like those are the ones that are drawing my eyes.
That's fair. Getting into Grand Slam, Continental Classic match with Mox and Konosuke. I'll just keep this one short and sweet. Ending in a draw, which is long-term storytelling between Mox. I think he gave his first match, his first opening challenge was against Shelton, and the story or theme was who could last the longest in the match with Mox. And Shelton was like 5 seconds like short or something like that. And so they've always been teasing this like Mox is getting to like the end of the time slot. Will he be able to beat somebody or whatever? So he got, I think he did Shelton. He did one more after that. And now he has Konosuke and it went to a draw. Which fans were pissed because it was like, damn, like we didn't want to see no goddamn draw. And I think Mox called an audible. If you listen, if you're not listening but you watch at the end of the match, he goes to the ref. And he's like, let's, amp this up a little bit. I'm going to go over here, talk my shit. You tell him to come and attack me. And that's what happened there. And it kind of like gives Konosuke like, some wind for when they eventually, settle this in L.A., which I hope they settle this in L.A. But, knowing Tony, it probably happens next week. Who the fuck knows? Yeah, that's all I really have in particular for like that match. Like 30 minutes of just pure fucking graps, like. That's all Continental is.
Yep.
Yeah. I really hate this
Hangman,
title though.
Andrade.
Just FYI.
Continental.
Yeah, it just because again, it goes to the logic. Like if you are allowed to say no one can interfere in this match, that means every match which has no DQ should have those same rules applied. What is stopping anyone from doing this? Like, what is the invisible wall? It's like playing the open world game, and it's like, oh, it's open world, but I see an invisible wall right here that I can't go to. I can't pass this tree. It doesn't make any sense to me. But that's it.
Like the idea that like, why hasn't nobody interfered?
It's like
why do y'all follow this rule so faithfully?
Yeah, but you can't follow it for a normal exhibition match. If that's it's the rule. Like it doesn't make any sense to me. I just wish they would change the title because logically it just doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make sense
to me.
Okay, I can see that. I can see the gripe with that. Hangman versus Andrade. Wrong man won.
Brother.
Let's talk about it.
Wrong man won. I think with Andrade, you have him beat Kenny. He beat Swerve. He's on this run. He's on this high. His matches are great. Character work is great. He got the baddies in the crowd. He's doing his thing now. Like, he has some kind of, like, build. And to stifle that with Hangman winning, I just don't necessarily agree with. Literally, I think last Revolution in L.A., I believe, was MJF versus Hangman. And I get it. We can do a callback. Fine. We're doing this differently this year with bigger stakes. But I think the better match would have been Andrade versus MJF in LA. I think that would have been fucking heat. Yeah, I don't think. And even with that, I don't think Hangman is winning.
No, he's not.
So why? Neither would I have thought that Andrade would have won either. But at least it would have been something different to me. I think that would have been like, okay, he's in this. He just made his world title like debut. He's in this main event picture. I don't expect you to win your first time out, but it would have been something fair. Match was still great, just wrong man won.
It was a little long for me.
Yeah,
but it was a good match.
I like seeing Andrade wrestle.
Yeah. If I can say this real quick. I don't. So the last couple Andrade matches, obviously it's been a bit that he goes up to the thing and baddies. He's taking photos with some baddies. Whether they're paid or not, which they are, that shouldn't matter. That's the wrestling business. I don't give a damn if they paid. They should be paid. And I don't give a damn if they OnlyFans workers either. That's what's up. That makes Andrade look cooler to me. That makes him look cooler to me. I like it. Turn that shit up.
Oh, that was okay. That was
I
Ring.
thought, I thought there was more coming. Pause.
No.
That was it. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, he's supporting sex workers. What's wrong with that?
This what made Flair cool when take him to Space Mountain.
That's also true. He said take him to Space Mountain. God damn it.
Woo!
Yeah, to
Longest
kind of
ride,
get out of
longest line.
Hangman and Andrade. Like I said, it's gonna be Max and Hangman. You will see. I wouldn't be surprised that gets interfered. Somebody intervenes in that match. There's gonna be some kind of I don't know. Somebody's gonna interfere. Somebody's not gonna like this finish.
I think
we'll
MJ
see.
gets his win back semi clean. I mean, he's gonna cheat, but I think he gets his win back. I think MJ is keeping this title until Kenny. I think they're gonna do. Yeah, he's MJF. I think, in my opinion, MJF is gonna beat Hangman. Then they'll run MJF and Swerve. Then they'll run MJF and Andrade probably. And then around All In or whatever, that's when it'll be MJF and Kenny. Kenny will win. We get Ospreay coming back. We get the Ospreay Kenny face off. And then eventually Kenny's going to retire.
Ospreay comes back sooner than that.
Oh yeah, they have been doing vignettes and stuff recently too. So yeah, that is true. That is possible.
I wouldn't be surprised he's back in LA. Like in that convolutes everything even more, because I think this year they're going to try to get Ospreay to have the belt in London. I think this will be the year that he wins it in at All In. So yeah, we'll see how that works. Fletcher versus Briscoe, Game 7 ladder match. I think earlier DT was like, the nigga should have died.
Twice, both of them. The match was fire, the sequence of the match, and I sound like a dweeb, but bruh, the brainbuster off the ladder, that should have ended the match, and kayfabe wise ended Briscoe's life. Like he should have got stretchered out after that. That's my only beef. That's my only beef with the match. Like, you knew they were both gonna start bleeding 6 minutes into the match.
Yeah.
Which was fine. I think the spot that they did it in was cool. Rammed his head into the ladder. Like, the match was dope. I just like if you're gonna do a brain buster off the ladder,
Dead.
That should be the finish.
something like he should have had convulsions. He should have had convulsions or something. Just on, like, give me something. That's it.
No, I agree. The spot for the bleeding was predictable. I said as soon as he throws his head into his ladder, he's gonna blade. Mm-hmm. And I feel bad because I've gotten so in tune to like, oh, he's hiding the blade in his elbow pad. He's about to do it right here. Boom, it happens, and it's like they pan over. They do like 3 or 4 camera like cuts away from Briscoe, and you come back and Briscoe's bleeding. I was like, see, there you go. That's it.
Because they almost fucked up and caught him on camera grabbing the blade.
Grabbing after, out of his, yeah. I'm glad it's over. I don't think we need to see this anymore. I'm glad that it's over because the character told me that it was over. Like last week, he was like, hey, this is it. This is Game 7. After this, I don't want to see you no more. Matter of fact, I don't want to see you till Christmas. He didn't say that, but I felt like he said that.
Should have.
So it's like, cool. We'll get newer, hopefully newer challengers. If you want to run Ciampa back again, cool, and get it off Kyle in 6 days, I'm fine with that too. Rewrite your wrongs. But whatever needs to happen, we need to figure out whether Kyle's gonna be a mid-card guy or he's gonna be an upper tier guy. There's no more of this in between. Like, he's too tight for that. Also, he debuted a pink belt that they cut out the show.
Which again, like,
a lot of ads on the show too.
I mean, it was a regular show.
TV.
Yeah, it should have.
You thought the belt reveal should have been seen on TV?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because when he pop up next week or whatever with it, like, it's gonna take the steam off of it. Because we already seen it on the internet. So you might as well have done this shit after he got
right
it.
then and there.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then sell it. sell the belt.
They're gonna be a little late on that. I'm just being honest. Just being honest, it's gonna be mad late. You might not get that till 2026, 2028.
I mean, if they do it, at least do it in October, so it makes sense.
That would be fire too. That would be fire.
But then he gonna hold the belt till then? Like you got like
yeah. No, you gotta strike when the iron's hot. You're not lying. You're not lying.
Don't nobody want no cold food, bro, unless it's cold pizza in the morning.
Getting out of that, hair versus hair. Toni Storm, Orange Cassidy versus Marina and Wheeler.
Wait, was this before or after the women's tag?
I thought everybody's getting their hair cut. Oh shit! I didn't even include that in here. I completely forgot about that. My bad.
I mean, you know what it is, Babes of Wrath beating bitches' ass.
Well, I guess we can tie this into it. Like Babes of Wrath popped out, and they won the match against
MegaBad. No, it's MegaBad.
Or Mega. Yeah,
Penelope Ford and Megan Bain.
So they beat
which
MegaBad.
Interesting name. They have some interesting names there. Brawling Birds is terrible.
Brawling Birds is crazy. But yeah, Babes of Wrath defeats MegaBad. And after they defeat them, we get the reveal of Lena Cross, who was just recently signed by AEW, was an indie talent, I believe from Australia. Mm-hmm. So now you have this trios of Lena Cross, Penelope Ford, Megan Bain, and it looks like Megan Bain is kind of signaling that we're going to come after all three of the belts. My slight issue that I have here is we still haven't figured out a direction with the TNT Championship yet. Because Willow's just been so Babes of Wrath, which is fine, right? You're the tag team champions, but we still have to figure out who's going to be on this course for the TNT Championship. And if this is the starting point of, hey, Megan Bain is going to go after the TNT Championship, cool. We now have a lane for that. Before that, we didn't have a lane for that at all. Willow was just carrying both belts.
You mean TBS?
TBS. My bad.
Okay.
Not TNT.
Yeah. I was sorry. I was getting confused for a second.
So, yeah, I just need a clear directory of where everybody's going. If Lena Cross and Penelope are going after the tag and Bane is doing TNT, cool, we're good to go. But I need some kind of lane that we can follow here.
My only thing with this match was the ending. I didn't like the debut of Lana Cross, and I didn't like the debut mostly because Sockhead is so unenthusiastic on commentary. It was. This is what he did. That's Lana Cross? We saw her last year. That's it. And I'm like, that doesn't, as an that doesn't, I'm not like that. You should have been like, my God, that's hot. And then the way Willow sold it made her look like a goofy to me. Cause it's like a strange woman attacked her. Like the way she sold it, it made it seem like
delayed.
Yeah. It was so like, it's like
you're watching.
The way she sold it, it would have been like if it was three friends and the friend betrayed. Like if you betrayed DT, I'm like, what are you doing? You're DT's friend. But like she sold it wrong because it should have been like she should have instantly went to attack her. There's a stranger in the ring who just put your friend in a move. Like you don't know I don't know. I mean, until Sockhead said something, I don't know who she is. So attack her.
Right.
But that's it. That was yeah. The match itself was fun.
Transition was odd. I saw that too. I didn't necessarily like the finish. I just thought it was just an odd finish. It was like a roll up or like something like it was a roll up, but it didn't seem like that was the finish. There was no finishing move. There was no anything.
It was like a random dive out the ring, and then it led to a roll up. It was something because I watched. I was like, damn, something about that was off, but I couldn't place it. But yeah, so I'm glad you said that because I thought I was tripping.
Kind of keeping in the realm of tag team, I guess, because we're here. Inspiration sounds with AEW. They did that reveal today at a house show, which feel how you feel about it. Like, I think they want to do that for their crowd and their fans. Cool. But yeah, now that you have the inspiration inside this tag team division, which I also believe that the women's division in general is just not only not booked correctly, really over fucking stacked. So it's like, where do you place them in this particular, like, you know, ecosphere of, you know, AEW? Also, I haven't watched their TNA. I don't know, like, what they look like in ring. Mm-hmm. But when you consider, like, the tag is, oh, we're the best wrestle, also, where do they fit here? And that's neither here or there for me to determine. But I agree. I know why you picked them up. Because they do the same thing that a Chelsea Green would do, a Harley Cameron would do. You can place them wherever, with whoever, and they're going to figure it out. It's going to be some kind of story that they can work there. They're already talking about the dialogue between them and Mina and Toni, the dialogue between them and Babes of Wrath, like the dialogue between them and MegaBad or Marina or whatever. Like, they're able to just get themselves over in any kind of, like, situation, which is great for the tag team division. However, once again, I don't know what time slot they take here.
The answer to your question is actually very simple. Stop doing 30-minute matches for every match and give women more time on the show. And I'm not even trying to be funny, but a match that goes 30 minutes that ends in a draw could have went 10 minutes. It could have went 10 minutes. You could still have, you could say a 10-minute time slot instead of 30 minutes. And then you can add in 2 more matches that are 10 minutes if you're giving women 10 minutes or whatever the case is. Like,
you're not wrong.
You just got to construct you have all this talent. You just need to construct your show and showcase the talent.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
or brand split.
Yeah. But you got well, that's a business rating thing and whatever.
Yeah, but, yeah.
Yeah. So.
And kind of like slightly piggybacking off of like the business aspect, I also get not unveiling a new brand while still under contract and somebody just bought out who you're under. So I get that. You're not about to unveil nothing new while your company that has you is currently restructuring. Like, things might be put on hold. They might be frozen out right now, which would explain why Shockwave probably didn't come out, because as soon as they were trying to do Shockwave, they're like, hey, we actually about to sell this bitch. Mm-hmm. And now it's like, well, fuck, now I got to put this shit on hold. So I understand that from like a business perspective. Yeah, going back to hair versus hair. I think Hero had said before that like he wasn't sure who was going to like win this. He thought Toni could have like chopped her head off, which
yeah,
I think that could have been the case too.
Wheeler was the right call.
See,
now I'm thinking about it again. Wheeler Yuta was the right call. It was an easy thing. I mean, he has long, scruffy hair. He looks like a shaggy dog. Like, it makes sense. But yeah, the reason why I said it, in my mind it could have been a coin flip is because, in my opinion, Toni Storm is crazy enough to do it. So I'm like, I was kind of watching. I was like, what's going to happen? Because to me, she's crazy enough to do it. So, but I think they made the right decision, and everything afterwards was right. So,
yeah, I think DT was talking about it too, where like Mox that comes out at the end of the match, like, hey man, get your ass back in the ring, because Wheeler's trying to like run away, like, I'm not doing it, forget that. And you see like your leader of the group, like, man, be a man of your word, go back up in there.
Yeah, a deal's a deal, nigga. You shouldn't have shook.
And they what's so funny is that like they had, and it took me a second to realize why they had all these bald signs up. But I'm like, why is everybody? The only person I've seen bald on this show was Moxley. Who else was bald? And then I'm like, oh, it's a hair match. Okay. And I thought they was gonna give us time to see him shave it all off. They just took the top back and was like, all right, get out of here.
Left him with the Hogan,
brother,
which is crazy. But yeah, like the funny thing about hair matches in wrestling is that they be hacking at niggas' head. Like, there's no etiquette. There's just like, we're gonna take this. I'm just gonna like just saw this shit off.
You can't go back. That's why. Like, if you cut a little bit, you can be like,
you can fix it.
Yeah, but if you grab a chunk and just snip that shit, you can't go back.
Yeah, it's GG's. Yeah, they took the scissors, the fucking
clippers.
The clippers, like, yeah, he got everything. There was also like some moments on the house show where they showed him he's wearing a hat right now, so he hasn't revealed his bald head yet, which he's probably gonna do that on Dynamite, which makes sense. But I wouldn't be surprised he carries the gimmick of having the hat on. You know, damn, this sounds like fucking Jake Swagger. But like, yeah,
honestly,
like
he should
I
wear
like
a
the fact
wig.
that Yuta's one of the few people.
Wear a wig. Make that be your bit. Like you
Yuta
never want to
pops out
take
in a
the
wig, bro.
you
That's
don't you
funny.
never want to take this wig off. That match never happened. This is my real hair. They have him go crazy. Have him pull a Tony
That would
Storm
be
and go
funny.
crazy.
Um,
It gives him character.
He start
Shit.
wrestling with a headband on to keep the wig on.
Yeah,
Oh,
bro.
man. That would be funny. I gotta give it a shout out to Yuta just because like you're making people care. Like Yuta doesn't get he gets a lot of playing time, but you don't really care whether he wins or loses. This one, like you care that like, oh, he lost, we get to see his head shake. He makes the best out of like what he's given, which I respected. Closing it out, main event, AEW World Championship match, MJF versus Brody King. MJF retains here. I don't think anybody was surprised that happened, especially after like the eliminator match where he gets choked out and loses in seconds. Were we surprised with the way the match went and how he won? Because it looks like, or not looks like, he did use like the leg as like the weak point. And anytime you see somebody working a particular like part of the body, especially on bigger individuals, you know, okay, that's how we're gonna win the match here. Anything that you guys can pull from the match? Anything that you didn't like?
I thought it was a good match. I feel like Brody King has the again. I'm a Brody King fan. I think he has the appeal. He's one of the only people on the roster that knows how to dress. He has a cool look. He has a cool moveset. I think. Yeah, no, I thought it was a good match. I thought it was well done. I have a question after DT goes and you go, but yeah, I have a question about the match.
Okay, D.
I like the match. I think Brody King is one of those 6 people that I meant to add in that. Because now I'm thinking back, I don't think I added 6. But anyway, so him and MJF wrestling together, that was dope. I don't have anything to say, like, because it was a good, like, I just enjoyed it. I enjoyed the match. I also thought it was pretty dope that at the end during the pin you could see MJF like at least saying something to Brody King, like, hey, we just put on a show, hey, you did your shit, like, you know, maybe welcome to the the title tier, whatever, like that, like something, you know, he gave him some sort of adulation or thanked him for putting on the show. So that was pretty dope to see him like break that character a little bit in the moment and do that. So
As far as like story, Bandito coming out, kind of reprising the same role that Brody did for him in the match, like you can't quit and whatnot. I didn't realize Bandito like broke his thumb working like I think a CMLL match. But Bandito's out there with the support. There was a particular move where I think like MJF does like a pile driver on the apron where like it looks like it's like, oh, he just barely got him up, and it was very impressive to get him up, because once he got him up, he started walking the side, and I was like, oh, he's
the apron,
the apron, like MJF's strong as fuck, like that was because it takes a lot. Brody's big as shit.
So that's when I sent you. I think that's when I sent that text. The text that I sent. I ain't gonna say it on air for the allegations, but the text that I sent about MJF.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Cause I was like, damn, and I was like, oh wait, don't he? I said, and then that's when I sent that text. So yeah.
I was like, crazy fucking spot. Like I was like, damn, like that was solid. MJF wins with the Heat Seeker, and now we get Hangman versus Hangman comes out the end. Does a little like brings the contract, flinches at MJF, kind of like signaling, you know, where they're going forward. I feel like this was a very tame AEW show, and I feel like they knew that because of all the like publicity that week, they didn't go death heavy, and I completely respect that. You knew that, like, hey, we had a big week as far as like, you know, press and people tuning in. Let's just give them a regular show. Like, this wasn't like anything to gripe about. Nobody bled to death. There was no fish tanks. There was no Mox didn't bleed in his match, which I'm telling you is
crazy. Because I didn't even notice. Do you wait real quick before Hero asks the question? Do you think that's why I like the show? Because now that you say that,
you tell us.
I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm dead ass right now. I don't know. Like
it could be. It was a very tame like show. It wasn't like they didn't do anything crazy. Even Briscoe and Fletcher as like a ladder match was very tame.
Yeah.
Like and it garnered a lot of people who tuned in for the first time. Like, oh, this was a good show. Like, you got a ladder match, you got a 30-minute draw, you got the women's tag team, you got some reveals. Like, you got Andrade versus Hangman, which is a good like heater match. It was a solid match, and it was no Derby, so nobody was going to do no crazy shit. Like, I think those were all collectively by choice. Like,
and again, I'm not trying to be facetious. I think that's a dead ass like question. Like, maybe. I don't know. That's interesting.
I think that's probably what it was, and it was a good show. Yeah. It just wasn't like, for me and my standards, was like, oh, well, nobody died.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, oh, this is great.
And that's why I was like, when he was like, oh, you thought it was a good show? That's what threw me off. He was like, oh, you thought it was a good show? I'm like, yeah. Like, why wasn't it a good show?
Why wouldn't it be?
But now from your POV, the ring wasn't drenched in blood. He just wasn't dead. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't no back scratches. Yeah.
None of it. Mox played very tame in his match with Konosuke, bro. Like, I think somebody bit somebody. I think it was the MJF match that maybe
Brody
or something like that.
Yeah, he bit Brody, and then Brody bit him back. This delay is crazy. But I'll just ask my question real quick. Would you guys have called an audible? Would you have called an audible for this title match and gave it to Brody?
Hold on, we can hear your question. Yeah. We didn't get none of that.
Nope.
You can't hear. Can you hear me now?
You text me your question. I'll ask it.
Text me your question.
I'm not even being funny because if it...
Yeah, I mean, it could be like the video. I see that he muted his screen.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And normally that typically works better. Yeah, I think the people tuned in and people got a very good, focused AEW show.
Like, bro, I'm telling you, now I feel kind of bad.
Why? He catering to an audience without like killing his product. He gave you good wrestling without doing the extra.
Yeah, but does that mean but here's my thing. Does that mean I only watch my wrestling a certain way?
Yes.
Well, no.
It's like missionary every single night. Over and over again.
But I liked Battle of the Guts or whatever it was called. So his
Blood and Guts?
Yeah, Blood and Guts. His question was, would you have called an audible for the title match and given Brody the title based on his hype? Not on that show. And the only reason why I say I wouldn't do that on that particular show is because first you want to see how if this CNN hype and article is going to be sustainable. I would say that would be my first thing. The second thing is MJF is the biggest star in your company.
Right.
Hands down. Like whether you like him, don't like him, he's the face. I think him dropping the title, it would have to be in a moment that culminates that. And that doesn't mean he got to hold it to All In or whatever the case, but a Revolution or a pay-per-view or something of that nature would do it. Or if it was a long-standing feud that went a few weeks, then I would say maybe. But a couple
you know what's
weeks
so funny?
Oh, go ahead.
So funny about MJF's title run is that you can tell he's been studying the game, right? He's been studying the Romans, the Seths. It's very WWE coded as far as like his championship reign. He hasn't been doing no crazy ass antics. He hasn't had no crazy ass promos, but he has been a heel. He's been a very professional heel, right? He's running away. He's cowering, but he's also still like the champion. Like, he's very focused right now. So I don't think particularly this is the greatest moment to have him drop it while he's on this run of like, I'm building this properly. So whoever gets it next is going to just take the fuck off. Yeah. Like, he's doing a really good job.
Yeah. And I don't think, transparently, I don't think Hangman should be the one to beat him either. Like, we just see.
Yes? Huh? H, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Okay, my bad, DT. I thought I heard. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. So yeah, Hero. The answer, if you didn't hear, both of us would say no.
No, I heard you guys. I heard you guys.
But with good reasons. I think there's still more time to build Brody. And I do agree with Jay. Like, MJF is doing some really great work right now. So I will keep rocking with that for a minute.
I agree. I was just curious. I don't know, because I really like Brody, but I agree that you're like the way you guys reasoned it. I think it makes a lot of sense.
Nope.
Oh my God, what is going on? Reconnecting.
The boy's not here.
I was just talking. Can you hear me now? What is going on?
No.
All right.
Can you hear me now? Good. My bad, y'all. You know, a Hero calling from Indonesia. It's different over there. They don't got Comcast. They got Tomcast.
He got a VPN. he over there in fuck it. But no, I think that's
Mongolia.
I think that's a great question. Like I said, I think that you could be headed in the right direction, but Tony just got to let shit marinate for a little bit. What did he text something? Oh.
Yeah, he's texting the chat. You're right. Tony's issue is just booking, and I get it because he's doing it by himself. He doesn't have a writing room. It's just him.
But then, like, hey, bro,
we got to trust somebody.
Put me on, B. I'll put you in the right spot. I'll put you in the right spot. You just got to let me do my thug thizzle. You know what I'm saying?
Like, it's just him. And so I get it that, like, booking the show and having things, like, make sense is just hard to do because, like, you're, you know, booking for 60 people, maybe 60 to 100 people week by week. Not to mention other outside endeavors. But I get it. He needs help. But not help that's going to sway his mind. And that's probably why he just does it by himself.
Yeah, I get it. You don't want to be copy paste of WWE. Respect that.
Right.
That's fine. But there are elements and things that you can use. And if you allow other people to come with creative ideas, that'll flush some of these things out. And like Brody's hot right now, would keep him right in that spot. Andrade, obviously Kyle Fletcher. Obviously, MJF, Swerve, all these people are really hot right now. You have to give them something to do that gets them to those pivotal pay-per-views. But go ahead.
And also just having clear like brackets of who's in those brackets, right? Like, and understand when the need to like, hey, Kyle outgrew this bracket. We got to put him here. But even in that, if you put Kyle in that main event tier, who does Kyle beat? Does he beat Ospreay? Does he beat Swerve? Does he beat MJF? Does he beat Hangman? Like he's the bottom at that top level tier. Yeah, like, and that's where you're like, fuck, like where do I place him at?
But see, if you can establish that, cool. That let's just say we'll take Kyle Fletcher for instance. If Kyle is peaking, he's at the very, very top of the mid card. And he's at the bottom of the main title picture, right? In that, right now, the two at the top would obviously be MJF and whoever he's going against. And as of right now, it's going to be Hangman Adam Page. So you still have Swerve. Potentially you have Andrade. Like, even there's a story right then and there. Andrade and Kyle Fletcher in the same camp. And if I'm Kyle Fletcher, like, who do you think you are going for a main title? And you haven't even gone for the TNT title yet. Like, let's see if you could take this off of my hands first. We still one family, etc. But let's see if you could take this off my hands first before you even try to take the pecking order there.
Supersede that, yeah.
Yeah, so like you can have that. That can start as a friendly competition. It creates division for I almost called him motherfucker Paul Heyman. I'm sorry, for Don Callis about whose corner are you going to be in for this particular match. Like they're both coming to you for insight on how to beat the others. Like it can evolve into something until you get to an All In after Ospreay has the belt. Then it's
right.
Who's gonna lead the Don Callis family? Like there's stuff you can do.
There is, and it's kind of funny because you mentioned the Don Callis family. Like it's mad like storylines going to Don Callis family. It's like you still have Konosuke and Okada. Mm-hmm. Konosuke not really looking at Fletcher kind of cool because Fletcher apologized to Okada, and now you chose him over me. Konosuke trying to get the belt from Mox. He's doing it without the help of like the Don Callis family. Like they ain't coming out to support him. Like there's a lot of different like threads that you are paying attention to within the Don Callis. Andrade's up there in like main event territory. Like it's just a lot to look at. None of it feels like focus, but a lot of it feels like I got this card over here and this card over here. So I'm able to pull on whichever one, depending on which one like is more popular or which one's popping at the time.
Don't be scary then. Pull one.
Right.
Make that the focus and drive it. The worst case that happens is you have to pivot down the road. That's the very worst case. But if you're trying to, you have all these pots on the stove going, you have all these eyes going, and you're not focused on one, so one comes out perfect. But you have all these other things going, then it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, I agree. Last bit topics here, or last little bit of topics, because we finished the Grand Slam. Overall, thought the show was great. Mm-hmm. Or I enjoyed it. Wasn't my standard, my cup of tea, but it was still a decent show. Do we want to talk about, just getting out of like SmackDown, quick little talk about SmackDown here. Best opponent for Drew McIntyre. Elimination Chamber's coming up. We know the winner is going to face Drew. We know we don't want Cody.
My thing, the best opponent is got to be Fatu. I don't want to see Cody. And if Sammy is going to be dumb enough to haluva kick Drew when he's trying to give him an opportunity, like to me, they wrote that was stupid. To me, I don't care how much of a face and a good guy you trying to be. Like you've been losing. At some point, maybe you need to cut a corner. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, and Drew is giving you an opportunity. Whatever his reasoning behind it is, he thinks that he can beat you again. And he can hold. Cool, let that be his reason. But that puts you in the match to be able to have him take you for granted, and you can finally get over it. You can finally win. So as of right now, I'm off Sammy because that was dumb as hell. And they made him look stupid. Like, I don't care. So it needs to be Fatu. Now, does Fatu win that belt? Because
no.
See, and that's the thing.
And you know why? We can't have you going to the children's hospital, Fatu. We can't have you making wishes.
Drew ain't going to no children's hospital. Drew is not right now in this version of Drew. He ain't doing that. He can't be seen doing that.
And, I was gonna say something crazy, but it's not even like a slight. It's like travel with Fatu as a world champion. Like, can you do that?
Yeah, they can do it because they done got him everywhere else. They can do it. They just might have to pay a little bit. And we can't listen. We are not the country to talk about morality and what people can and can't do.
It's also true. It's also this particular company. It's all right. We got the okay.
Yeah,
we in the cabinet.
So no, they can't. Yeah, no, they'll. Yeah, I'm sure they'll figure it out.
Yeah. Not before Solo though. I don't think I would like to see Fatu get it before Solo.
And that's why I said it should be Fatu. If his opponent is going to be Fatu and he wins, that will be the reason why. Because then you can get Solo off of this Lantern MFT shit, and Fatu could be like, or Solo could be like, you still not head of the family. Fatu, I'm not even in the family. After what you did, I'm good. And you can get like, I would like to see them go 1v1 with no MFTs, just straight up 1v1.
And it's not going to happen.
No.
because we got to keep the family. Got to have a job.
He keeping them hired. He keeping them paid.
You know, all of them.
Yeah, so that's how I feel about that. It should, like, at this point, it should be Fatu that is his opponent, Drew's opponent. Because I'm
all right.
Yeah.
I don't. My bet is like, fuck, bro. But then, like, you're not having Cody in a non-title match at WrestleMania. It's not happening. That's the fucked up part.
He was almost in a non-title match 2 WrestleManias ago. And yeah, I'm not gonna harp back on that, but
still,
yeah.
like, he's incorporated himself into these pictures because he will be in these pictures. It's just night 1 ending with Drew versus Jacob Fatu. It's not doing it. Not in Vegas. That'd be you would have to front load that to where the beginning of your show is going to be like Brock versus Gunther or some shit
or
like that.
Obafemi, and
it would have to be dumb stacked.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm not gonna give you no pushback on that. My thing with that is, again, how many times are you gonna be in the picture? And if we're not using Cody in the picture to help elevate somebody else that's not already holding the belt, you only have 2 outcomes. Either Cody loses again or he gets the belt. And we've already heard the crowd respond in real life, not on the internet, in real life. As soon as he starts talking about the belt, people start booing. They want to cheer for Cody. They want to do the whoa when he comes out. They want to see him. They just don't want him to be the champion. We've already seen it 4 times in the last year, 2 years.
Would it be foreshadowing if they like, oh, this is the Mania, Cody turns heel, because based off of last year, and Cena turns heel, now a year later, Cody's the bad guy? Like, I could see them do some shit like that too to make him at least interesting. Cody low blows Drew.
What I saw, he doesn't want to turn heel.
No,
he's probably.
I'm just throwing shit out there.
Yeah, he's probably gonna be this generation's John Cena. Because he said
There's nothing wrong with that.
He said it before, like, me being the good guy could be the reason why I'm your bad guy, and you can boo for me. Yeah, because it's the same shit John Cena told him. I don't have to be a heel. I'm good
for you to boo me.
Yeah, and people don't like me, so like I can be their heel, but I'm really a face, like that kind of shit.
All right. Well, we'll see. Elimination Chamber is the end of the month. I think the 28th.
Yeah, I think it's literally the last.
Let's see. Yep, February 28th in Chicago. We still don't know what they're going to do for the women's titles. Liv ain't chose anybody yet.
Also, that match between Jordan and Jay was a good match.
I got to check it out. I was going to check it out anyway, just because I want to see like the 2 powerhouses kind of like duke it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with this title picture. Would it make more sense for it to be against Jade or Vakir? Vakir's been beefing with Judgment Day and Liv and Raquel for the past 6 months. For the Elimination Chamber winner to go after fucking Vakir would make no sense to me.
If based on how they booked it, because as you know, I was pissed off. I've been mad for the last like 3 weeks, fucking with them. But based on my logic and how they booked it, you'll probably get Liv versus Vakir at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
And Raquel is going to return the favor, try and help, and that's going to cause her to lose that match. The same way when they had this, was that last woman standing match? A no DQ match. Whatever match they just had with Raquel that pissed me off. Where Raquel should have won, but she didn't. Liv came out and tried to help.
Right.
And it cost Raquel the match. So I think that's where that's going to go. I mean, they're going to do that at WrestleMania, unfortunately. And Vakir is probably going to leave WrestleMania as a champion.
And it's kind of hard to predict. We still have 3 more women in the Elimination Chamber match, but Rhea's in it. And I don't see Rhea losing. Is Rhea versus Jade a Mania?
It could be. But I think her and Io are going to have beef coming out of the chamber.
Right.
Because they're
depending on who, because assuming like Lash or Naya's in there or Asuka and Kairi's in there, like you still have tag team beef that you would have to worry about. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, they're gonna coming out of Chamber going into WrestleMania. There are gonna be a lot of questions around Rio and that tag team. Y'all been lovey-dovey, buddy since August. Y'all done had the championship belts, cool. I think coming out of Chamber, both Rhea and Io are gonna have beef, and that's gonna cause them, one, to lose the titles, and then two, possibly a match between just them two at WrestleMania. It won't be a title match, but it'll be a match between them two.
Yeah.
Because you have a month and some change to build it, so you have four shows to essentially build it from there.
Okay. Oh, I see we have some qualifying matches. Just kind of wrap it up here. Dom, Gunther, Javon. I would assume Gunther wins that.
Yep.
Mello, Priest, Trick. That one's a toss-up, but I think Trick might be the pull here.
I would, from a, like, yes is probably the right answer. From, like, needing someone to do high spots and a flippy person, it will probably be Mello in the Chamber. Oh. Well, no, because Javon is with Gunther, isn't he?
Gunther and Dom, yeah, he's not. And Gunther's not losing.
Yeah, no, unfortunately he's not. Gunther's just going to slap all their chests in that match, and they're going to die. I would like to see Javon in that match, but I think with Javon being in a match with Gunther, yeah. So, Mello's probably going to get that match or win that, and then he's going to end up losing the title to Tama Tonga. And I don't know why niggas is mad that Tama Tonga pinned Mello. Like,
just because of who he's affiliated with as far as, like, push and buzz of the group. The thing is, like, they're also, like, credible wrestlers. Like,
yeah,
Tama can get down.
Yeah.
Tonga can get down. Even people shit on JC. But JC can also get down. It's just, he just looks goofy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like the energy, because they're not pushed like that, though. They're not pushed to be, you guys are all good wrestlers. Like, they just stand back there in war paint.
Yeah, they stuck in the YS6 vortex right now.
Yeah,
it's hard to get out of that.
Definitely hard to get out of that. Women's triple threat looks like we have Asuka, Bailey, Natty. Natty's in there with Maxine. Asuka, Bailey.
I want to say Bailey because they need to do right by her from last year's Mania, and she'll probably end up winning it. Not the Chamber, but like that match. So we'll see.
Yeah. Once again, Asuka has this shit with Kairi. I think the only one who doesn't have a story surrounding them right now is Bailey, which makes the most sense, like the most logical sense. Mm-hmm. Looks like we have Charlotte, Kiana, and Nia. Once again, Nia's in the tag team picture. Mm-hmm. I guess so is Charlotte too. And as much as I like Kiana James in Rumble, I don't think that particular spot is the best to put her in just yet. Mm-hmm. But we'll see. I think this one you put Charlotte in because Bliss is already in there, and you kind of start the breakdown of
the friends of convenience. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Because what happens? They narrow down to like 1, 2, or they're in the final 3. It'd be Bliss, Charlotte, and Rhea, and then one of them has to turn on somebody like at the expense of another world title opportunity. So it's probably going to be Charlotte. So
yeah, and they played into that at the Rumble. When they were 1 and 2, they came out, and then they were like, "Oh, I can get you! Oh, I can get you!"
Yeah,
yeah.
Just a continuation of like, yeah, we're friends, but we both want this belt more than we like each other. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, all right. That pretty much wraps up this particular episode here. Shout out to Mr. H. Hopefully, he'll be back in the next episode. Make sure his passport's right. But we're going to get out of here. We will catch you guys in the next one. It's been real. Peace out.
Believe in the wave.
Too sweet, Space Cowboy. Damn. That's why he needs to be here.
See? Damn.
Shit. Oh, it's all his fault.